A Washington State Sports Network from Learfield. U.S. Bank. Life keeps moving. We're here for every step. U.S. Bank. Member FDIC. Tonight's show is also brought to you by Zeppos, the home for the Cougar Coaches Show, where the Palouse comes to play and eat. Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. Proud partner of Washington State Athletics. And by Redbox, the official at-home movie partner of the Pac-12. Visit redbox.com now for new movies and thousands more. Now, let's talk Washington State basketball. Live from Zeppos with Cougar head coach Kyle Smith, here's the voice of the Cougs, Matt Chazanow.
It is that time of the week. It's great to be with you. We're talking ball here with Kyle Smith. Great to see everybody here at Zeppos as we've got ourselves another rescheduled week and only one home game this week, but then we go back on the road this weekend. Back-to-back Huskies, back-to-back Beavers.
Let's go.
Kind of a unique situation here. Can we do a quick recap of the week?
The season?
Well, maybe not the whole season.
I don't know. It seems like we're playing Alcorn. We're in a blur. It
is a lot of games
was
and a lot
Alcorn this year or last year.
That was the first game of the year. Yeah. Wasn't last year the
Texas
Seattle
Southern.
U?
Oh, yes, Seattle. I don't
was
know.
that the first? No, that was
confused.
the first. I don't know.
Don't get me confused.
I wasn't
fans or not?
I wasn't prepped for that one. Yeah.
All right. Let's go.
Alcorn 85-67. No, I'm kidding. Sunday, Eugene, then the LA schools.
Yeah.
Tight games, tough finishes. Two of the three really tight games. You got the UCLA one tight, and then it got away from you there. By the way, Jalen Clark has come out of. He's been.
Turns out he's really good.
Well, he hadn't been producing a ton. I always thought he was a really good ball player. Hasn't played a ton of minutes. They have injuries. Tiger Campbell's been out. They've had.
I was over the other opinion. I was like thankful when he checked in. Used to be like, all right, he's an athlete that can't shoot.
Oh, Clark. You're talking about Clark? Yeah.
No, it turns out he's better than Jaquez.
He's really good.
He's really good.
He is really good. Played really, really well.
Yeah.
I really thought the ball that Mike Flowers shot was going in. We talked about this already at the show. You had a second chance at it with Noah. You go to Pauley Pavilion, and I thought that it was really the only time all year. It was really the only one that you couldn't quite get back into late.
You know what? I told our team I was one of our poorest efforts on the road, and we've been great on the road as far as competitive in that one. Even then, we got to cut to four in the second half, but we didn't do what we normally do. We didn't defend well enough. We didn't read. We got kicked on the glass, turned it over. Didn't turn over that much. We kept some up, gave them some pick sixes, and just weren't as the best we've been, and obviously probably a little spent from the Monday game against Oregon. I'm just gauging that because Oregon just got the tar kicked out of them by Arizona State down in Tempe, so I thought maybe there's something to that for sure. And I was proud of our guys the way we competed in Sunday, and just not proud of the way that didn't help them down the stretch. As a coach, whatever, and we got to execute them. They got to make some plays too. But we did the hard part. The hard part is being able to out-rebound them and outplay them for 30 minutes and build a lead, and then got to find a way to
36 minutes.
Well, the first 4 minutes.
37.
No.
Oh,
first 4 minutes. They own the first 4.
Got it.
They own the first 4. So probably the next 31 we really played well. I think we outscored by 19 in that stretch, and just got to keep. I'm the optimist and just tell our guys like that. That's the hard part, man. Baking the cake. That's the cake. The icing in, putting the icing on is really not that hard, but it's a mental thing. It's take care of the ball. Don't double dribble. Don't throw it to the other team. Don't throw a 94-foot foul. We had like 3 of those plays in a stretch of a minute, which takes a game that was a 2 or 3 possession game to tie a game like that. And you just don't. No one needs any help. We need to be helping them, and those are things that we can control. And will control. We just got to get there.
The offensive rebounding has been great. That's the stat that wasn't there in Paul. You mentioned the glass. You can shoot a low percentage.
We can. Yes, we can. Yes, thank you. Yes,
if you get lots of second chances.
No, true. We'd like to cash out on some second chances, but our guys have like. You know what? We knew our strength of our team would be going into the year. I said we'll be a good defensive team. We've got good defensive talent. We've got good rebounding talent. We need to take care of the ball. We've done a better job there. And offensive, making shots. We got more perimeter shooting. We just lack maybe a few ways. And haven't had these guys healthy. Getting Deshaun back was helpful, but he's a guy that gives us a real low post threat. So, but kind of knew what we'd be a little bit, and we got on the glass. Proud of when we don't, it's trouble.
Would love to see Deshaun against Kepnang in Eugene.
Yeah. No. We would have did the Arizona would have been nice. Arizona State would have been nice. And he was close to being ready to go. Obviously, he played great coming off a long layoff there, and hopefully he can give us something, give us that body that we need. We knew we were a little thin there this year going into that with not having Boba. Matt's done a great job, but he's not quite the girth and size that could help us that way.
It's a little jarring, actually, the first box out by Deshaun. Like, oh, wow, that's been missed. I remember that. That hasn't been there. I mean, he's just wide.
What? He's a little bigger than the last time you saw him.
Yeah, he's a little weight.
Strength. He's not strong. No, what do you mean weight? In the weight room, man. He's like you. He's like you.
Right.
No, he is. He's a big kid. He's
Yeah.
He's still only 19 years old.
Yeah.
Just a baby still, and it was nice to see him get out there and compete.
We were at one of the walkthroughs when he didn't play, and I may have been in Eugene, and I forget exactly which game, but he was just kind of casually handling the ball. Really fluid hands.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got good hands. Big
he's humongous hands. No, he's
can shoot it.
Yeah, I'd just like to get him working with him a little more. He's just missed so much time, missed a lot of time this summer and fall, and it's been kind of a bummer for him and a bummer for us because he can really help us.
I saw he was winded. You could see he was winded in
Was
the game.
he?
He was a little bit winded, yeah. Played great, played 23 minutes.
Yeah,
made a huge impact. I think 5 and 4, 5 points, 5 boards.
3 blocks.
3 blocks, and a lot of altered shots.
No, he was tremendous defensively. And, he was probably a little winded. But just, he has you've seen it. When he's right, he's really competitive. He's really got a lot of pride. He's always played well against USC. He's not afraid of the moment. He's still got to prepare himself to play that way every night and practice that every day. But he can be the best player in a big game, which is pretty special. You
went with Yaki at the power forward spot to start against USC. Was part of that because the scoring you've been trying to get to 70, 75? Was Yaki? Has he just been playing really well? Was it going all in on shooting threes and saying, "Hey, let's get 4 shooters to start the game"?
We had a guy that was late. That's it. Well, we had a guy late, and Yaki had an opportunity.
Got it.
And I wasn't worried about it. And it kind of, we didn't have Bamba.
Bad knee. Yeah.
And Bamba's been out, and so that kind of opens the door, changes our dynamic because he's our best perimeter defender. But and against them, it just worked out that Rodman did such a great job on big fella Mobley. And Andre, they just played well. They're getting on the glass.
Giving up like 4 or 5 inches.
Oh, no. But you know what? We just discovered that, we were worried about it, but DJ, we don't lose anything from playing with the 4. Yeah. He's a really good defender. It doesn't matter. He does better on the 6'8", 6'9" guys than he does on the perimeter guys when he plays the 3. So it's just like him and Mo pretty much mop up the 4s. They do a good job. And it's like, because DJ's such a good help defender, he's got a low center of gravity. Big bottom.
Yeah, tough kid. He's tough.
So, no, not really. He's the biggest sweetheart in the world. He plays hard.
But he plays hard.
He plays hard.
He gets stitches at Stanford. He comes back.
No. Yeah, I had to hear about the stitches for a week with him.
Yeah.
So, like we said about.
Sure he does.
No, but he's a sweetheart of a human being. Yeah. And he is tough. He's strong. He just knows how to play, but he'll use his body. But he's, like, really comfortable. And you wouldn't think it. And we're like, if you cut down his hair, I think he's 6'4.5". But he's wide and long. He's not that tall, but he is so good, and he did an awesome job, and he can pressure bigger guys and really bother Mobile. He blocks out, and he does a great job. So it's like kind of we're worried about trying to put him on 3 men. He struggles with those. He's not as good. He's still good. You can't block him out when he's playing the 3. They can't.
Great offensive rebounder.
Well, it's surprising.
Right.
I mean, the name alone. It was great. Really? I really wonder, maybe, DNA might matter on that. But, so it kind of worked that way, and then those guys just played well, and that's kind of how it happens. And, I usually don't make those things public, but, guy, there's curfews, and it wasn't even a curfew. It was just missed the film session.
Got it.
Late.
Right.
All good. I hate that. Don't want to be dealing with that stuff, but got to send the message.
Well, and Yaki came in with 10 points and 11 boards. He had a double-double.
Yeah. No. Did he really miss 5 twos? I only remember 2.
Well, he was 3 of 7 from 3 and 3 for 12 from the field. So, yeah.
I think they might have counted some tip-ins. I know he missed a pull-up and missed a layup. That's the only thing I can remember.
I don't recall any obvious missed bunnies.
I got to look at Yeah, no, there might have been like they were crashing and stuff and tipping balls, so they might have. Sometimes they count those as shot
I actually
attempts.
thought a couple times when you speak of that, unrelated to that, to Yaki and USC, I thought a couple of times you've actually gotten shorted on some offensive boards on some of those possessions where you're tapping it around and you get like 3 extra cracks at it, and they didn't give you the offensive board a couple times on the road or something like that?
Yeah, no, that can happen sometimes. Yaki had an assist, and he needs some desperately assist. I looked down there at 0.
They didn't count it, yeah.
I was like, doggone it, he threw it. It was an obvious assist, so who knows? They might have given it to someone else.
That's funny. You held USC to 8 assists, which is really good.
That's what we do.
It's great.
We hold both teams from assists.
The defense
We're
is
phenomenal.
It's incredible.
Both teams.
It really is. I mean, there were 6 minutes out of halftime.
Both teams it's so hard to get assists in their game. And I say that jokingly, but it is true. Like, you'll look at how we defend, how St. Mary's defends, how San Francisco defends. There's just we don't give up many assists. They just got to beat us one-on-one, and we take a lot of that pride in that, I think.
I can't help but notice the 3 West Coast programs you're most associated with are all like 45 and above in the Ken Palm right now.
I know, and somehow we're in there.
Yeah, 44.
I know. Yeah. It's crazy.
Well,
I think it's there. No, I agree. I think, believe me, it's not by accident. We all rib each other and text. Well, not so much. Bennett's kind of the godfather, and so he's got one of his sons. It's like it's straight Michael versus Don Corleone over there at San Francisco St. Mary's, and I'm kind of like consigliere now. I'm like out of the mix. I'm very happy, but definitely it's well studied. There's we got an orphan out in Hawaii.
You're Robert Duvall.
Yeah, then we got one in Riverside and one in Cal Baptist. That's like the little group. It's a wide array.
Oh, that's pretty good. Cal Baptist, a new team to the WAC, relatively speaking.
Yeah.
Was that Milan Aqua? Do you recall?
We played against them, scrimmaged them when I was here at USF.
Yeah.
And then I obviously know Rick, the coach there, coached him, and he did a great job.
WAC Player of the Year after he left here.
He was, yeah. And then it was a little funky fit with Milan.
Yeah.
What's the name again?
Malachi. Yeah, and Robert Franks and who knows?
Should have been able to make it work, but I could see where Milan is needed to be a little star quality.
Yeah,
is that fair to say?
I think so. Yeah. I mean,
it worked out for him.
I think, and that's what he got. No.
Yeah, that's some guys are like that.
That's what he's going for.
It's hard.
Yeah,
but especially at this level, you want guys that they get here because they want the platform. They want to play at the highest level, and if they're not, it can be tough. And it worked out. It was a win-win for Malachi and Cal Baptist. I mean, I'm sorry.
Well, but yeah,
might have been
for Milan. Yeah, Malachi. Maybe it's hard to say.
No, it wasn't a win for Washington State.
No. That was a stinger a little bit. But great player, and it was great to have him around. But anyway, we digress.
We did.
Let's do this.
Let's do some work.
Well,
you're terrible at staying on task.
I am. I get engrossed in the conversation.
You're the pro.
It's an engaging conversation. I'm trying to stay locked. You're very disarming. It's very fun to talk to you. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We're live here at Zeppo's Talking Ball with the head man, Kyle Smith.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain Cold Refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Which would you rather be? An armchair quarterback or an on the edge of your cushy leather seat chair quarterback? Turf Club Sportsbook is now open at Northern Quest with the most modern, luxurious, and exciting sports wagering experience around. So you can bet, watch, and win like never before. Right here in the heart of the action. Turf Club Sportsbook, the ultimate game changer. Now open at Northern Quest.
You're listening to the U.S. Bank Cougar Coaches Show on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield.
It's a new season. Get ready for more men's and women's college sports excellence. Trophies will be awarded in June to schools who take the top spot in the 2021-22 Learfield Directors Cup. The premier award recognizes one winning institution in all competitive divisions. Follow your favorite team's progress as seasonal standings are announced at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at directorscup.org. The crowning achievement in college athletics.
This is Cougar basketball.
Flowers, step back three, hand in his face, he buries it. Williams to the right, bucket with a two-handed dunk.
Join us all season as Kyle Smith and the Cougs look to make some noise in the Pac-12 and beyond.
Babagidi all the way to the bucket for a skyscraper. Beats it. Gay with a tomahawk, puts it home, and the foul.
It's only on your home for Cougar basketball, the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield. This is the U.S. Bank Cougar Coaches Show on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield. Put your trust in a bank that's been focused on serving the people and businesses in Washington and all across the country since 1863. That's U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. With Coach Smith, here's Matt Chazanow.
Back at it live, we're talking ball here with Coach Smith. We get set for a really unique week as we're live here at Zeppo. It's great to be with you. We had a Sunday, this past Sunday, we're in the Galen Center. Wednesday tip at home, which is rare, happens, but rare, against Washington, 8 p.m. Saturday at Washington, 3 p.m. And then Monday in Corvallis at 8 p.m. Wednesday, Saturday, Monday, Washington, Beavers.
Why stop there?
Or Washington, Beavers.
Why are you
Ducks.
stopping there? Yeah.
Well, I wasn't done quite yet.
It's a Wednesday, Saturday, Monday, Thursday, Saturday.
Yeah. Just boom, 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 boom. Just game.
Conference tourney.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. You get 3 days off before conference tourney. But,
Sunday, Monday.
Tournaments the night depends on the seating. Depends on the seating. So
I can't even think that far.
Yeah, but so anyway, Huskies, Beavers, Ducks.
Yep.
And that's after this. We knew this would be a gauntlet. I mean, when you saw the COVID rescheduled games, you knew the whole time. Desert schools and LA schools anyway are historically very difficult.
Sure.
And you knew it would be this year. And then you had a game in Eugene, a notoriously difficult place to play, just jammed in there on a Sunday on the road. And Monday, sorry.
You're getting confused.
I am getting confused.
A little punch drunk.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of games.
It can happen.
It's a lot of games. Hey, earn your bragging rights at Northern Quest. More slot machines, table games, restaurants, lounges, and luxury hotel rooms than anyone else in the region. Plus, Turf Club Sportsbook is now open. Northern Quest, yes, the best. More at northernquest.com. You play the Huskies. Got back-to-back here against the rival. Do you is there kind of a fun element, go home and home against your rival, Washington?
No, I don't think so.
You don't like it?
I don't like it.
Okay.
We did this in the Ivy League. We'd always open with Cornell, Homer, and they had to come play in the same team. So it's like you'd like a little – you get amped up. You'd like a little gap. And so it's respect to those NBA guys that coach NBA series because you're going to really know – what the other team's doing. You're going to have to make some adjustments. You're going to have to tweak some things, and it's just tough, especially when it's your rival. Back-to-back. You've had the back-to-back situations, but obviously this affects recruiting and perception and brand and all that stuff, and it'll be a tough game for sure.
Not a huge surprise that they're good in the pack. You and I were more confused about the non-con than the conference record.
Yeah, no, I knew they were a team that could put it together. They're older. They just had a lot of new faces, and really, one guy's really kind of brought it all together is Terrell Brown. He's just been a monster and leading the league in scoring. And I felt that way, that he was undervalued or underutilized at Arizona, and they were really good. And he hit that bank ball on us. I mean, so he's a good competitor. He's going to keep competing no matter what. Up 20, down 20, he's going. So. But he brings guys with him. He's good that way.
Unique player in that he doesn't shoot a ton of threes. Not a big guy, but he's like a mid-range game guy.
He's very good mid-range. He's very crafty. He's really quick and strong, but he plays with a great pace. So he doesn't look necessarily like a blur running around all their time. But from this end of the table, that end of the table, he's going to beat everyone. He's just like really strong and never. He's got the same kind of disposition as Mike Flowers. You just. Steady. You don't know up, down, up, whatever. He's competing. He's mentally a really smart player.
It's been a difficulty for the Cougs since he was at Seattle U. The Red Hawks beat the Cougs years ago, and then, like you said, that bank shot from Arizona.
He still had like 30 against us in first game that I got here. Was that our first game of the year?
Yeah. He's a good. Yeah, I think that's right.
He might have had 28 or 30, but we beat him pretty good. But he was still a tough cover, man.
Yeah.
He's tough. He's good.
He's also obviously really flexible in his role because he was like assist to turnover ratio in Arizona, and then
that's what I'm saying, super coachable.
Yeah.
I think he's a little bit like Rodman for us in the sense like Rodman can come off the bench, he can start. He's never going to say boo.
Yeah.
So he probably gets taken advantage a little bit that way. Like, and he's just a great role player. But Terrell's kind of the same thing. He's not going to say anything, and you need me to score 20? Okay. You need me to play off Akinjo and these other guys? Okay. Guard and not turn it over. And they think would really kind of send him when they obviously made a coaching change. But when Creasa was missing some game, they started Creasa ahead of him, and he's like, oh, wait a sec. That was too much. It's like, wait a second, I'm pretty good too.
Yeah.
And the case could be made that I think he's probably better for – Akinjo's really good, and he's doing well at Baylor.
Yeah.
I think he's just as good.
Terrell Brown.
Yeah,
right,
there's whatever. You're splitting hairs there.
Sure. Yeah, that was a lot of backcourt talent there. Dejon Davis is the off-guard. Cougs have seen him since Stanford.
Yeah.
He's been in the league
been a
forever.
little bugaboo for us when he's at Stanford. He's always outshot his percentages. Him and Max Agbonkpolo have been the two, like, I shouldn't even mention, like, Max shoots 26% from three, and he scored 10 points on 2 shots, 2 for 2 from 3, 4 for 4 from the line. It's like, come on, man. Just give me a 1 for 2. Yeah, beat the scout. Give me a 1 for 2. He's a good player, but doggone it. So I think, I don't know whether it's the in-state deal, but he's always been he's been pretty good. He's been good against us.
USC's in the midst of maybe its best season ever, after one of its best seasons ever. It's probably the loudest I've heard Galen.
It was, they had a good atmosphere.
They did a good job. The lower bowl was a full house.
I noticed that against, obviously, the UCLA game they had. I saw another game that I felt like they're starting to garner a little attention locally there. I mean, it's a football school, no doubt. They got a beautiful facility, and they got a really good team. So it's starting to, and that's good for the league. The league, we need to have more environments. I mean, as I'm watching Kansas State, that's a pretty special one. But we played Oregon on a funky night, and it wasn't great turnout. Not too expensive. It's a rescheduled game. Those are tough Monday nights, but it's good for our league when teams start to fill the stadiums.
I feel like the reschedules and the nights that are uncharacteristic for basketball, and some of these tips have been late, and it's just really hard. It's
funky.
Hard.
Yeah, it is funky.
You're going to plan in advance. I mean, it's just hey, you want to go to the basketball game?
Yeah. No, I don't know how many, and it's just so everyone's overscheduled. There's so much, whether you're getting it through your Twitter feed or whatever. Like, I don't know how many people know we play tomorrow night at 8. In town. So
hopefully everybody. Everybody here at Zeppo's.
I think they know.
Got some hands up in the air.
I think they know. Zeppo's crowd knows.
I love that. Yeah. All right, let's do trivia next. Let's take a break.
Okay.
We'll come back. We'll do trivia. And I want to prep you here, Coach, because I kind of caught you off guard last time, and I didn't mean to.
What do you mean? I ran the table.
You crushed it, but just to preface.
Maybe I don't need prep. What? Go ahead.
Well, we're not doing the heavy Coug trivia. It's basketball. It's sports. But it's not like heavy. It's not like just there's one Coug specific
spring Trivial Pursuit. We should just roll the dice.
We could create a game. We should do it.
No, just really real.
We should just play trivia.
Lay out the board.
Hey, you ever played really old trivia, like old boards? My mom had an old.
Yes,
they're hard. Like
the
it
questions?
really, like really specific.
Well, it's because they're kind of generational.
I was lost.
I got some moments in Trivial Pursuit I can share with you.
Very impressive.
I don't want to get into it right now. I mean, it could really go down a rabbit hole. I've been in a 25-year
I love it.
World Series of Trivial Pursuit.
I love it.
In Del Mar, California.
I love it.
August every year. So that's a whole nother.
That sounds great. Actually, it sounds like great. It's great fun.
I won't. No surprise. It's related to the soup chat.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I remember one question in particular. We'll take a break. I don't even remember what the question was, but it was like an old British monarchy, specific line of who's going to ascend.
Yeah.
It's like, I
got a guy on my team who's currently working on his doctorate in French literature.
Oh, goodness.
He's got a photograph. He won on Jeopardy, too.
Wow.
So,
that's high level.
We move around the board. No, I wasn't joking around.
It's elite. Wow.
So, most people move around the board like sports. Our ilk, sports are a little easier questions.
Sure.
We move around with geography.
Wow.
And he's blue. Wow. Blue. He's he knows every body of water on the planet.
Wow.
It's kind of insane.
That's
so
pretty
trust
cool.
me.
That's really cool. Wow. Love it.
I'll give you the last before we go. Real quick.
Please.
When I was 13 years old, I won a game with adults in the last question was who wrote, gosh dang, I can't remember the book, Call of the Wild.
Yeah.
And I just remember, and I was like, "Oh, Jack London."
Yeah.
And I floored the whole room. I was like,
13.
I
Cool.
was like, I just read it. They didn't have no idea. It was just a random. They called literature on me. I said, "Oh, Jack."
Got it. Yeah, very casual.
Yeah,
we'll
like,
walk off.
Similar to how I got you on the
hit the shot.
Yeah, similar when you asked me with a random NBA player.
Yeah. Well, we don't have that this week actually.
Why not?
Well, I don't know. I just
I'd
forgot.
like to feel good about myself.
Well, we'll find a couple and insert it in as a bonus.
All right.
We'll take a break. Come back. Trivia coming up next live here with Kyle Smith.
All right.
When you set up a savings goal with U.S. Bank, it grows with you. There's no limit to what you can crochet. Can do. Doesn't have to be crocheting, but it totally could be. Like the headphones you're listening to this ad with, you could totally crochet those. There's no telling where your savings goal will take you. Maybe you'll save enough for yarn to crochet your house or the whole town. Oh, right. Doesn't have to be crochet related.
Set up savings goals on the U.S. Bank mobile app, even for the wildest of dreams. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Washington State University Athletics.
The airport connects Cougar fans and alums to 22 major centers throughout the West with over 50 daily departures to 22 nonstop destinations served by AHA, Alaska, Allegiant, American, Delta, Frontier, Southwest, and United Airlines.
Real-time arrival and departure flight information is available at www.spokaneairports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
Hey everybody, this is Klay Thompson, and you're listening to Washington State Basketball.
Hey, Coug fans! Can't decide what to do with your late-night weekends? Why not Cosmic Bowling? Every Friday and Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. is Cosmic Bowling at Zeppo's. At a price designed with everyone in mind, we are your destination for music, disco lights, and of course, bowling. Can't join us on the weekends? Zeppo's is the place to be for all ages every day of the week. With bowling, food, and drink specials, we offer prices that won't break the budget. You can even reserve your lane in advance with online reservations at Zeppos.com. When looking for fun in Pullman, look no further than Zeppo's.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network, now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
This is the U.S. Bank Cougar Coaches Show.
Lots of the bucket and a two-handed skyscraper jam.
Live from Zeppo's with Cougar head coach Kyle Smith, here's the voice of the Cougs, Matt Chazanow.
Back out of here live talking ball with Kyle Smith. It's the Coaches Show. We're about middle of the Coaches Show here, bottom of the hour in a moment, and we'll get set for Washington and then Oregon State, and then Oregon State. Although we'll have a show before we play the Pacific Northwest rivals, the final two of the stretch there. Luke Hallett back in the studios. Hit the music. It's time for trivia. First question, NBA All-Star Weekend. We'll have a couple NBA questions here. The 75th anniversary team was just announced. Debatable at times.
Yeah.
There were 76 players. I don't know why, but there were 76 players voted to this 75th anniversary team. I don't know.
Was that a tie?
Maybe, and I don't know who voted, and I don't know how they did it. There were 8. Well, I just blew the question. How about that? How about this? We'll do it. There were 8 players on this list who played in the past. So the trivia was going to be how many can you name, or how many were there? How many can you name? How many of the 8 do you think?
Lou Alcindor.
Yeah.
Or
Kareem. Yeah.
Bill Wall.
Correct.
Let's go UCLA.
Yeah. There's just 2 more UCLAs.
Top 75. It's tricky.
One of them's
Reggie.
Yeah, that's it. 3.
It's a tricky one.
Yeah, I mean that's not tricky.
Gail Goodrich.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, but this is debatable, is what it is. If I may.
There's someone better again.
It's active. So I'll give you that hint.
Active.
Yeah.
Russ.
Yeah. They said Russell Westbrook.
All right, so 4 of the 8 came from that school.
That's 4 of the 8.
I know Paul Westphal didn't make it.
He did not make it.
I know.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of ruling that one out.
Yeah.
Let's see.
The other ones are gettable.
Stanford.
The other 3 of these 4
I should get them.
Yeah.
Top 75, though. That's tough.
One of them's, and I'll help you out here because you.
All right, go ahead.
You know, so Jason Kidd.
Oh gosh,
you know
that's
come on. I
had that.
And then
all right, go ahead.
James Harden, you know, so they put right. No, that would have been easy. Gary Payton, right? Oregon State Beavers. This one is going. You got to go back from Bill Sharman.
That never.
You got to go back. So that was
Sharman was on
USC.
It was USC.
Yeah, USC. So those are the 8. There you go.
And he coached the Lakers.
That
I think
don't know.
Yeah, anyway, go ahead.
I don't know. Those are. So that's the first question. Give me the X on that one because I botched it.
I like the 8. You should have said name 4 of the 8 or
right, something like that.
I should have got 8 for 8 to be honest. Goodrich, I would have surprised me.
I think some of the
it's tough. Top 75 is tough.
That's the thing. With the utmost respect,
tough.
There are some omissions. Like when you look back at the all times.
77 was Clay.
That's the thing. I mean, it's very hard to say. Well, is Klay Thompson definitively better than this guy? Like,
no, it's hard to tell.
It's very, very hard to tell. So that's why I think on the fringes there, it's not. Kareem. Kareem's going to be on.
Kareem's, yes.
All right, second question. Here we go. The NBA All-Star Game was this past weekend. Steph Curry scored 50. He hit 16 threes.
This past one?
Yeah.
I was preoccupied.
You were a little busy. I didn't see it either, but I saw some highlights. Yeah. What's the record for All-Star Game points, and who said it? And it's recent.
Giannis.
No, but really good guess. Anthony Davis, and he had 52. Yeah.
No idea.
Yeah, I think they kind of.
Giannis goes for it. That's all. I never watch it, but I heard Giannis plays hard, just tries to score every time.
I think they kind of start to have an agreement.
Yeah, for sure.
They go like, "Hey, can I get it this game?" They go, "Sure, here you go," and they just feed it.
I assume Curry got the MVP.
I hope so. Gosh, he had 16 threes, which is the record in the All-Star game. I don't even know if he got All-Star game MVP. He did. All right, Luke says yes, he did. 16 threes. I think he took 27. He shot better than 50% from 3. He actually took one, and on the release just turned around and went back, which is awesome.
Yeah, no, he does that in real games too.
What would you do if a player?
No problem if it goes in. I got zero problem. Zero. You've seen our team. We're worst transition team in the world off of main 3.
Get back. Just get back.
We're trying. We like to have fun, but we need to be responsible.
All right, third question. This is a Cougar question. F.A. Abogiti's 19th all-time in Washington State blocks.
Okay.
He's a few away from Jordan Raley for 18. Jordan was here not so long ago. Which even more recent Coug is 17th all-time with 70 career blocks in Coug history?
Recent Coug.
Yeah. Gettable, too.
Casto.
More recent. Good, great guess.
More recent.
Yeah.
70 blocks.
70 in his career.
That's not a lot.
He wasn't yet 70 on his career. Robert Franks.
I was going to say Franks.
Yeah. Robert Franks, 17th all-time, 70.
I just didn't really think that. That's about right.
Clay has 74.
Yeah.
And then,
Clay's a guard.
Right.
Franks is pretty much a small forward.
Right. And didn't.
I was like, who were they playing inside? I thought Pollard. I said, no, that's definitely not
Pollard. Yeah. No.
Definitely not Pollard.
No.
Charges. He might have took a few of those.
He might. He and we need to check the list. Noah's taken a ton.
Yes.
Yes. That's a great list to be on.
We've taken a lot this year. We took 6 against Arizona State.
It's amazing, actually.
And we took Rodman took a great one on Mobley, and they're like, you flopped him. You're crazy.
Right.
Good charge.
Well, it's funny because they clearly officiate. I'll say this. I don't want to put you in a bad spot. They're clearly hunting for charges. Like they call a lot of charges.
I'm not allowed to comment on.
I don't know.
You know what? I'd say this. They're consistent.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's fun for the viewer, or it's not. I mean, like if they're going to call them, we're gonna jump in front of you and boop, right. But that's how they're playing it. And they talk about wanting to fix scoring. That's usually my. Let's start there.
Yeah, I guess players would stop if they started calling it differently. I mean,
it's so crazy. About 8 years ago, they made a concerted effort to really call blocks. And so if you're moving it all, or if they're on the side, and then it got so out of hand midway through the season, so we're going to pull back on that, and we ended up losing the game at Harvard in overtime when they changed, it was the guy was moving, we moved sideways, and the guy moved, and won, and they called charge, and we lose, and it's like, oh my gosh!
Oh, but now they flip.
Now they've gone all the way the other way, and I'm like, they are consistent, but it'd be better for the game if guys didn't get rewarded for just because it used to be you have to be square. You could be moving, but you just had to be in front of them. Now if they hit you on the side, and you're kind of it's weird.
So we had and again, stop me if this puts you in a spot because I'm not trying to. But
trying to get me fined.
No, I don't want to get you fined. But Bo Borowski was on the crew.
Yep.
He's a veteran official,
Yep.
but he's not a pack official typically.
Yep.
A lot of Big 12, I think,
Yep.
and then maybe some Big 10. But if you follow a lot of college basketball, Bo Borowski is a common name. Do you know that? Do some leagues officiate differently? Like, do you know that some guys come in and go, "Well, Jerry Pollard does a lot of Big 12 also"? And
it used to be more so, but they have these consortiums. They could really get it more analytical and very uniform if they want but they haven't quite gone on that. But it used to be like, hey, the East Coast is tough and the West Coast is flying around, but I don't think it is as much. And then you get the NCAA tournament, and you're getting these. It depends where the officials come. It would really impact you how you're used to playing.
Sure.
But I think it's more because they carry over more leagues. Just some Big 12 guys will get Pac-12, like in that state. And I'll be honest, the officiating, you can complain about all you want. It's 1,000 times better at this level than any other place because the guys, they're not. I wouldn't say invested. They don't care who wins, if that makes sense. It's okay, but if you're reffing, you're playing one of those mid-major leagues, and I'll just use Davidson when they're in like the Southern Conference, or maybe say like a Gonzaga, the West Coast Conference. They're invested for those people to succeed. That league is, and then for them to move up, and it gets a little. And if you're like at a mid-major going against a Pac-12, you're on a neutral. And the guy I know which paychecks, which coach he wants to impress. So it's a little, it's a kind of a conflict of interest.
Some of the refs are really good, and they don't get praise because only refs get banged on by fans. But like
the ones you don't notice.
Vern Harris is fantastic.
Vern is pretty good.
Every time we get a Vern game, it just for the most part, it's just
what most of them aren't. There's a few that have a couple guys with big egos that. They're disappointing because they've kind of arrived. They're kind of in the highest level they can do, and it's like you got to this level. Shouldn't be about you. It should be just about the game. The guys that kind of keep themselves and know how to manage a tough one too. So they're all pretty good, to be honest.
Yeah. All right, fourth question, and I think we navigated. I think we slalommed through avoiding some
I was having a rough time.
Some issues. All right. Fourth question. Joaquin Niemann just won the Genesis Open in the PGA Tour.
Mexico.
Where did that take place? Where did that event take place?
Wait, what you did with the Genesis?
Yeah, the Genesis. Where was it?
California.
Yeah. Where? Do you know where?
Well, they've changed the name.
Yeah. From what?
I would say Riviera.
Yeah, that's right. Correct.
It's a Riviera?
Yes.
Yep,
well done.
I barely knew.
It was going on while we were playing.
I kind of saw it, but I just like this time. It was just more this time of year. It's like, it said Pebble, Riviera.
Yeah. No, that's why it started out as the Los Angeles Open. It's now the Genesis Open. It was in Pacific Palisades.
Yep.
And it started in the 30s as the LA Open. Joaquin Niemann.
Yeah. And then they used to have. They still probably do They still do the tour. I mean
FedEx Cup or
the match play one.
Ryder
Cup? San Diego. No, the one that's like world.
I don't know.
Never mind.
Couldn't
Not
play.
a golf guy.
No, I'm new to it, relatively.
Yeah.
Like I didn't grow up with
you're right.
it. So, but it's really fun.
You're new to it in every way. I've seen you swing a club.
Yeah, but I did okay. I do okay. I get around.
I mean,
I'll break 100 every once in a while. Come on, give me a little credit. Give me a little credit.
You hit it hard.
Working on it. I do.
You hit it hard. The weight room helps.
I'm working on some lag. I need some more wrist action, more lag.
Yeah.
All right, final question. It has nothing to do with anything ever. Right before COVID, so this is not like a weird question. Pre-COVID, what was the busiest airport in the world?
Heathrow.
Great guess. No. Atlanta. But I think they go back and forth. I think it's often Heathrow and sometimes it's Atlanta. Yeah, how about that? Busiest airport in the world.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed.
There you go. I think
Atlanta's a nightmare.
Enormous.
It's so enormous.
It's enormous.
Let me tell you, if you have to drop off, anyone in here, if you're in Atlanta, you got to drop off a rental car, drop it off 2 hours before you might make your flight.
Yeah.
It is a
process. Is it further than Phoenix or LAX?
No, those are actually it's like, it's not as far, but the airport's so big, and you got to take like a tram to get to the terminal. Then you think, I'm at the terminal, and you're like, oh, hold up.
Yeah. I'm
a 30-minute walk to the gates. I got TSA, no problem. Yeah. Then the TSA line, you're like, oh, man.
Uh-oh.
I'm done.
Flag.
I've only missed 2 flights in my life.
Yeah.
Atlanta.
That was Atlanta. It's funny, both in Atlanta, because I've missed 2, both in Memphis.
Yeah.
So I've had doors 3. I've missed one, actually, on the way to the got de-iced, and I missed one to the Sun Bowl. 2015.
I might have fibbed on that. I've had the few times running up and they've closed the door and you're begging and they're like,
nope.
Mean people.
Yeah.
They're just mean people.
Yeah, they are. It's heartless.
Yeah.
Hey, professional bull riders return bigger, badder, bolder for an all-new 2022 season. PBR invades Washington State. They go to Everett and Tacoma April 6th through 10th. Tickets are $15. Get yours today at PBR.com. Get them while you can. Find out what it means to be Cowboy. We'll take a break. Come back. It's the Cougs against Washington tomorrow. An 8 p.m. tip. We're talking ball with Kyle Smith.
Watch Will Smith in action as the father of two of the world's most gifted athletes in King Richard, now available at Redbox. Based on the inspiring true story of tennis legends Venus and Serena Williams, Smith portrays Richard Williams, an undeterred father driven by a clear vision and unconventional coaching methods that took his daughters from the streets of Compton, California to the global stage as legendary icons. This profoundly moving film shows the power of family, perseverance, and unwavering belief as a means to achieve the impossible and impact the world. Watch King Richard and make it a Redbox night. Visit redbox.com for all the ways to watch.
Which would you rather be? An armchair quarterback or an on the edge of your cushy leather seat chair quarterback? Turf Club Sportsbook is now open at Northern Quest with the most modern, luxurious, and exciting sports wagering experience around. So you can bet, watch, and win like never before. Right here in the heart of the action. Turf Club Sportsbook, the ultimate game changer. Now open at Northern Quest.
You're listening to the U.S. Bank Cougar Coaches Show on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield.
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
It's a new season. Get ready for more men's and women's college sports excellence. Trophies will be awarded in June to schools who take the top spot in the 2021-22 Learfield Directors Cup. The premier award recognizes one winning institution in all competitive divisions. Follow your favorite team's progress as seasonal standings are announced at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at directorscup.org. The crowning achievement in college athletics.
You're listening to the U.S. Bank Cougar Coaches Show on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield.
Heat 3, way beyond the arc in Kansas.
With Coach Smith, here's Matt Chazanow.
Back at it live here. We're talking ball with Coach Smith. We get set for the back-to-back Washington games tomorrow night, 8 p.m. tip, 7:30 airtime, and then a 3 p.m. tip on Saturday with a 2:30 airtime in Seattle on the west side. Coach, you've had a banged-up knee with Bamba, one of the premier defenders in the pack, yet the defense has remained. You've had injuries with Deshaun Jackson. Till last game, he was out for 10 games, yet the interior defense was there. I heard a quote from an old buddy of yours, Mick Cronin, when this was a couple of weeks ago. Something went wrong with their squad. They won the game anyway, and he said it was a testament to his system that you could kind of interchange pieces. It wasn't just about the players, but it was about the system. You mentioned that Randy Bennett and what's going on in San Francisco and these high nets. Do you feel like it really just sort of validates and proves, not that you need it, but that it really confirms with this squad and maybe any squad, the principles that you're working through in film? You can plug a lot of different guys in there, and it seems to bring out the same result. Teams cannot run their stuff against you.
No, we've done a good job, and Coach Shaw really spearheads that, and he worked at St. Mary's the Randy. We didn't work together, and he's a really successful coach at different levels, different styles, and but the philosophic is the same. You got to get him to play hard first and foremost. You got to get him to really care about that end, and that's why, again, back to us telling our team, like, hey man, it's hard to. You got to close that out, and I'm not mad at it, but we got to. That's the easier part. It's to be able to compete that hard for that long, sustain. And we should return everyone but Mike. And hopefully we're growing and getting tougher and getting these young big ones get older and learn and they got to play, Deshaun. But I do think, because I would say, like, the guy that's really impressive to me is that Ty Roberts is physically small. He's 175, 170 pounds. He's a really good defender. He got hit the game winner. I don't care. He's a guy that Boogie Ellis has a little advantage of size. But, we watch every possession we watch, and he's an incredible helper. He puts pressure on the ball, and he's taking a lot of guys out, and you don't even notice him. Like, we're just saying, worried about him small. No, he's better than, he's a little better defender than Mike. We have to hide Mike a little bit, but Mike's, I wish we had another year with him because we could get him even better on that end, and he'd, understand what we're doing. But I think we've done a good job. Really proud of our staff and our players that figured it out because we're a little different. With no Deshaun, we got to pressure more, and then with Deshaun, we got a better anchor back there. And we put Andre at small forward, we're a little, play some zone, and we'll have to do it. But then the result is we're gonna, keep them off the three. We turn people over, and we make it hard to score. It's been good.
I've noticed that Ty has astute questions for you coming over to the bench. I mean, he's really listening. He's smart.
Yeah,
Ty's a really smart ball player.
Yeah, no, he's. I'm sure some people are like, is the Division II guy going to be able to play at this level? And I didn't watch. I saw him in high school, and to be honest, I didn't. I was like, nah, forever, move on. But they went 30-1. His numbers were ridiculous, efficient. And this sounds funny, but he's at UC San Diego, and he's a good student. He's a smart kid, so smart, responsible winner. And I know he's quick, so I was like, and I knew he could shoot. So I was like, you know what? There's a guy that embodies what we want to do. He helps push the culture, and I think he's been improving actually in the league. I was just looking at his numbers from non-league to league. He's improving, and hopefully he can finish strong. And we got a good off season to get him. He'll be that much better because of the growth mindset. He's a smart guy.
All right, we'll take a break. Come back. Our final segment next. Cougs take on Washington tomorrow night, 8 p.m.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain Cold Refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Washington State University Athletics.
The airport connects Cougar fans and alums to 22 major centers throughout the West with over 50 daily departures to 22 nonstop destinations served by AHA, Alaska, Allegiant, American, Delta, Frontier, Southwest, and United Airlines.
Real-time arrival and departure flight information is available at www.spokaneairports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
This is Cougar Basketball from Learfield.
When you set up a savings goal with U.S. Bank, it grows with you. There's no limit to what you can crochet. Can do. Doesn't have to be crocheting, but it totally could be. Like the headphones you're listening to this ad with, you could totally crochet those. There's no telling where your savings goal will take you. Maybe you'll save enough for yarn to crochet your house or the whole town. Oh, right. Doesn't have to be crochet related.
Set up savings goals on the U.S. Bank mobile app, even for the wildest of dreams. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
Have a question for Coach Smith? Send a tweet with your thoughts to Matt Chazanow using the handle @M_Chaz. That's M_CHAZ. Now, back to Zeppos.
That's right. We're going to take some social media questions here, some Twitter questions for Coach Smith as we get set for the back-to-back games against Washington. Jennifer Delzer, great Coug, always listening, wants to know, what's one significant thing that each of your bigs can teach the others. You have 4, we're going to call it the 4 of Matt DeWolf, Deshaun Jackson, F.A. Abogidi, and Mohamed Gay, with no offense to Andre Yakimovsky, who started at the 4. We'll call those 4.
He's a forward. Yeah, those are bigs. Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
What each could teach the other?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Deshaun's our best low post player, so I think that would help all the others. I mean, as far as the back-to-the-baskets move. Matt's our best passer. He's really good. He's really kind of clever out there. You haven't had a chance to see him, but he gets the ball moving. He's kind of an offense in himself, even though he's not a great scorer. He can really pass. Muhammad he's the best defender, period. Like, just can really good sense, good feel, good length, the whole bit. And then F.A. can share his shot blocking techniques with everyone. No, although Muhammad and Deshaun are very good shot blockers.
Yeah.
Then F.A. is another level. So we'll get them all three cranked up. We're pretty hard to score on us around the rim for sure.
No doubt. Bashir wants to know, regarding the last play during the USC game, if you could go back in time, would you have had Rodman switch on the screen, or would you have had Noah? Would you have started Noah on the ball?
We had Noah. We wanted Noah on Peterson, and we had Ty on Boogie, and I actually wanted to blitz it, to be honest, and try to
like a double.
We did try to. If you look at it, we tried to double it. Just wanted to get it out of whoever's hands, and we wanted to get him to shoot quickly. They were pretty smart about it. They put the 3 guys on the baseline, and we kind of jumped Peterson. He flipped it to Boogie, and then once it gets to 10, we're like, all right, we just got to, because there's only 2 outcomes. You're either going to lose or it's going overtime. So in the first 8-10 seconds, we were hoping we could just get them to shoot quickly, and they kind of, and then DJ came over. He had Mobley. He came over late, just a little late on the help. It was right to like 3 seconds, hoping Boogie would flip it, and then they probably would have ran out of time because we had one play 2, and they wouldn't have enough time to make the next pass. But and Ty did a good job on the far, and then he just gave a little momentum there, and he got a little downhill, and it's probably he's a good player, but it's probably a 38% shot, and he made it. And a lot of things you like to do different, but that is it in not exactly a nutshell.
Sure.
That's pretty long.
Yeah.
But I wanted him. Yeah. I wanted to be able to rattle, but they put both guys back there. I wanted to try to force a TO, but they kind of would have had to run a steam at it, but didn't work.
All right, thank you for those questions. I did lie. We have one more break. I apologize. We need to take it. We're back here for a very short segment next with Coach Smith.
Hey, Kook fans! Can't decide what to do with your late-night weekends? Why not Cosmic Bowling? Every Friday and Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. is Cosmic Bowling at Zeppo's. At a price designed with everyone in mind, we are your destination for music, disco lights, and of course, bowling. Can't join us on the weekends? Zeppo's is the place to be for all ages every day of the week. With bowling, food, and drink specials, we offer prices that won't break the budget. You can even reserve your lane in advance with online reservations at Zeppos.com. When looking for fun in Pullman, look no further than Zeppo's.
Which would you rather be? An armchair quarterback or an on the edge of your cushy leather seat chair quarterback? Turf Club Sportsbook is now open at Northern Quest with the most modern, luxurious, and exciting sports wagering experience around. So you can bet, watch, and win like never before. Right here in the heart of the action. Turf Club Sportsbook, the ultimate game changer. Now open at Northern Quest.
This is the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield.
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
This is Cougar Baseball.
One on hit hard, deep left field. He looks up and it's gone. And line to right, it will drop down and score at least one.
Catch every pitch of Washington State Baseball's Pac-12 campaign starting Friday, March 11th against Oregon State.
Pitches swung on and driven toward the scoreboard and left. Long gone.
Don't miss a single pitch on your home for Cougar Baseball, the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield. Welcome back to the show. Time now to look ahead at this week's game with the Coors Light Opponent Preview. Coors Light, mountain cold refreshment made to chill.
Live here with Coach Smith. Final segment. It'll be quick. We've got Washington coming up tomorrow night. Coach, in a lot of ways, you are the luckiest guy in the world.
Amen. Married to a beautiful woman.
So many blessings.
My better 3 quarters. I have 3 lovely boys.
Amazing.
Rocco, Bo, Luke, 13, 11,
amazing,
and 8.
Great
Where's that
kids.
music?
Great kids. Great kids. Yeah, the best.
Yeah,
the best.
Yeah. No, I live in Pullman.
Yes.
We're talking about the Eastern Wine. It's great.
Beautiful
lucky.
family,
so
school.
I know my wife's family. They're from Lake Chelan.
It's amazing.
So it's not hard for us to get there.
The whole thing
it's
comes
like
together.
a glove. Yep.
However, there it is. There are 358 teams in America. You are officially the least. You are the least lucky team by Ken Palm's rankings. You are 358th.
Fire chest.
Round of applause. 358th. You've done it.
We did it.
You've done it.
We did it. We did it. Oh,
on that note, good luck tomorrow against the Huskies. Huge thanks to Jared Brent-Guber. Everybody here, great to see everybody. Man behind the camera, Jared Brent-Guber. Jerry Kylo is getting us on the air. Luke Hallett back at the U.S. Bank Network Studios. 7:30 airtime tomorrow. Luck tomorrow to you.
Amen.
And the Cougs.
Let's go. We're turning it.
Okay,
we're turning it. That was terrible.
358.
358.
Of 358. Go Cougs.
All right,
Thanks,
go
Cougs.
Cougs.